more thing.
Yeah, sure.
That sounds really good. So at work, I always have lots of material at work to work on. Just to keep things interesting, I guess. Oh
Right.
my gosh. Um, so there's a manager that I work with, and it was it was really good to work with him at first because I wasn't doing anything.
Mhm.
And I could give him all this attention, and he always makes you do the work 2 or 3 times and drag it out for because of his issues, right?
Is it his
So
issues or that he wants to like look busy or like what is it?
I don't think he wants he I'm really not 100% sure what's going on with him. He's kind of ADHD, and he does travel a lot, to be fair, and but he's always behind on all of his work. He doesn't like detailed stuff, and his work is a lot of it's detailed. And so I'll work with it on something, and then he'll realize, and I get it all done, and then he goes, "Oh," he changes the whole thing because he left out part of it. Then I have to do it again
Yeah.
because he forgot, or he left it out, or who knows what's going on in his mind. And occasionally, it might be the owner of the property that caused that, but I'm thinking it's him just based on how he is.
Okay. So this is what I'd say about this. We'll step away from the use of oils. I don't know that oils will resolve any of that with him unless you hold him down and throw a bunch of oil down his throat.
No,
So
no. What I'm asking is, how do I keep me from getting upset?
yeah. Um mm,
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
I
he's
would say
how he is.
boy, it's a Melissa night. I would say Melissa would probably help that. But before we even go down the Melissa road, let's think of it like this. You know how like you may be talking to somebody and you go, yeah, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this. What do you think? And the person goes, uh, and then they answer you. They need that moment to kind of process what's just being said because they're kind of processing it. They're not doing it. He does that on a much bigger scale. Much bigger scale. Like he's like when he's kind of giving you this, or he gets and he's like, well, like we got to do this different, we got to do this different. It's literally him going, okay, I have to form this, pull this together, and then give it to you. So this is what I would start doing. Like give him a little bit extra time to process. And then, like in the politest way you can, go, the other day you said there was another piece. He never said it.
Oh no, he never tells me.
No, but like say that to him so it makes him think about, am I missing something? And go, yeah, I wasn't sure. You kind of mentioned it, or I saw it on a paper or something. Give him the time to process it more and give you the piece that he's left out. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to process that one.
Yeah. He's forgetting something because he's going, but on a bigger scale, like not just in a conversation with his workload. And so he's forgetting something. So create something so that he can think about it again and go, oh yeah, I left out this whole piece. But don't make it about like you're leaving a piece out because he'll get defensive. Go,
Yeah.
you said something like there was another piece to this, because it won't make him defensive and you're giving him the opportunity to be successful. You know what I mean? You're not saying you screwed up, you didn't give me everything. You're like, you said something, I can't remember. Do you remember what it was? And then even if you walk away and he hasn't given it to you, he'll be thinking about that and he'll probably figure it out much faster. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
I have to think about that some, because he's really difficult. And he doesn't mean to be. He's not, it's not about like he's trying to be difficult.
But when somebody kind of is caught off guard or they don't know what they're doing, the tendency is to be aggressive.
Yeah, okay,
Like,
I got
yeah.
it. I
So
got it.
you're trying to take away the reason why he's being aggressive or why he's being dismissive.
Okay,
You know what I
I
mean?
see
You're
that.
creating an opportunity for him to give you that extra piece of information without it being you pushing for it, or I need it, or I need a deadline, and by saying it to him like, the other day you were saying something, or we talked about this, or I saw it on a piece of paper or something that we were shuffling around. It allows him to feel smart.
Okay. I do
He's a
see
guy.
what you're
We need stuff like that sometimes. Like, you just got to let him like be the, how like you come up and you give somebody this really great idea and they'll go, no. And then 3 days later they go, I had this amazing new idea. And it's your idea. It's a form of that.
Yeah, he does need to feel good. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. He is what he is. You know what I mean?
I do totally understand that part about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
like
that's helpful.
sometimes, think of it like a computer. Like sometimes you need to put in the right code and ask the right questions to get the result you want. He's just that. You just have to communicate with him in a way that makes your life not as crazy. He's the one making it crazy. So like, what do I have to say to this guy to make him not as, causing chaos in my life or causing me to do the thing twice or whatever it is. And he's just not processing everything at once.
Yeah, and he does have a lot. He does. That's just his job is. Okay, well, I'm going to work on that one. Thank you.
Yeah. Then Cindy, this will probably help. His ajna is not very big. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, he can't strategically think or need to, he sees details, but he sees just pieces of it.
He can't pull it all together.
No.
Yeah,
that's why you gotta help him pull it together to make your life better. You're not trying to make his life better.
No, right.
Even though you're doing it like this and being polite, it's going to make him work more. Like, in the moment, he's trying to be dismissive of the work at the time. So by going through and doing this, you're making him work a little bit more, but it's going to make your life much better.
Yeah, that's what I want. My life better.
Yeah. Well, it's more efficient for the company too. It's not just about your thing. Your time's valuable. To be spinning around with doing something 2 or 3 times, or having to go back and forth and keep getting bits and pieces of information.
That's it.
Great for you. Yeah, it's not great for you. It's not great for the company. It's not great for efficiency. I mean, that's not something that you could address with him. That would have to be somebody who's his boss would have to address with him. And even then, my experience in the corporate setting, a lot of times they'll listen and then get a little bit more passive aggressive. Not every time, but sometimes. And so I would do this in a really soft way.
Yeah, I can't say anything to anybody. No. That's why I'm talking to you about it.
But even if it wasn't coming from you or you telling on people, and the boss got wind of it and said, hey, you know what? We need to address this. And the boss had a little conversation with him about it. He might be better for like a week, and then he'll be worse after that.
Yeah, he's gotten mad with
Yeah.
a couple of
Yeah.
people, and he is hot
Yeah. Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
with them. And
Yeah.
and it isn't their fault.
No, it's
It's
him.
him.
Yeah, it's
It's
him.
him.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'm astounded.
Yeah.
That is very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. 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 Make it a game. How can I get the information out of him? Like what's my little approach? Think of a couple different things that work, and then, just throw them out there. I saw it on some paperwork. You said something to me, because that means like, oh, he was smart enough to know it. So then he's going to try to recall it because he wants to show that he's smart. That's
Right.
a really great one to use.
I like that one. And you're
Even
right.
when you know that that's being done to you, you still go, yeah, but I'm going to figure it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it works.
I can see where that would work with him.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And go ahead.